Hey, great. So we're here again at the Louisiana Music Educators Association Conference and All-State Events here in Baton Rouge, and we have Cory Craig with us. Cory is from District 8 up at Benton, Louisiana.
Woo, go Tigers.
And she is the Director of Bands for Benton Intermediate School. And she and I both help with the board for LMEA. She's the chairman of the Mentorship program, which is a program that's getting out there to help new band directors and new choir directors and new whoever's new to music, right? So we're going to talk about that fun stuff, but let's back the bus up, right? And talk about, I know you have a great story about your love for music, how you got there, and who inspired you along the way.
Okay, well, I didn't choose it. It chose me, which you hear that all the time, but I chose art because most kids choose art. They love art. They get to experience it in elementary in some way, shape, or form, and that's how it got me through my awful biological home was drawing. I drew all the time, but there was no room in the art class, so they forced me into the band class. And I fell in love with it. And I had no experience, was going through foster care, and I finally found a place where I was loved, I was welcome. I never was an A student, but in the band class I was expected to be because the whole group depended on me knowing my stuff well. So I had to be as good as I possibly could, so I had to learn it. And so finally I started turning into not just an A student in band, but in English and math and science, because I had to use every part of my brain and started learning how to think logically, and I had to be good in everything that we did because that's what our band director pushed us to be. You should be. So you
had a band director,
yes.
And you knew that music is all the subjects. See, isn't that powerful? That's a message that we need administrators and teachers across this state to know, right? Music is math, music is literature, music is science, history, a lot of things. That's phenomenal.
And you know, the ACES scores is a huge topic right now, right?
Right.
So with high ACES score students and I'm a 10, which is the highest score you can get, and that's not a good sign, but there's not a lot of brain activity going on. But with music, there's so much brain. You have to use every part of your brain to be able to play an instrument and read music. So if you have music every day, developing every part of your brain, how much will that help our high ACES students? Like me, I was a failing student, skipped school all the time, and then I was put in the band class, and now I'm successful for the first time.
Not the first time. You've been successful for quite some time. So you're at Benton Middle. We're kind of fast forwarding. You're the director of bands. I have seen you work honor bands around the state, and just the kids respond and click, and band directors who've been doing this for a while and other music teachers are just amazed by your work. How do you captivate the students? What is your style? What is your secret?
Crazy. Be as crazy and out there as much as you can, and engaging the kids. Nobody wants to just sit there listening to the trumpet section go over that same part with F sharp over and over again because they're not playing the right note. Right. So if you can find ways to keep the entire class engaged, or the group, who you're working with, engaged, it's the best thing for them and their learning. And I love connecting with the kids and silly sayings, but I tell them my story, and they start bonding with you as a director. So
you guys, I was at a Louisiana Tech football game earlier this year, and I look across and it's the entire city of Benton, which is the band.
The Purple Wave.
The Purple Wave, hundreds of students. Tell me about that. What was going on there?
Well, I love taking the kids to colleges, especially, and I only teach beginner right now. So I teach 5th grade recorder. I see all 5th graders, 450 of them, once a week in recorder class, so they all get music. And then I had over 160 beginning band students. And now I have a co-teacher, Miss Leah Jones. She's amazing. We have so many kids in our program. I need somebody else there with me to help me teach. So, I love taking them to colleges to see where they can go. They're just starting on their journey. If they keep on going, they can get those college scholarships, those opportunities.
Of course.
And so why not take them? Take them to a college football game. Take them on campus. Take them to see the world they're about to embark in.
Introduce them to some culture and things. That's awesome. 2022 Louisiana Middle School Teacher of the Year. I mean, obviously we understand and we can see why you received that award, but what does that say to other music teachers? Like, because normally you would think, that level of distinction is only for the 4 core. how did you go capture that title and tell the rest of the world that it can be done for enrichment or music?
Well, I love bragging about my students and all the great things that they can do. So if you start telling people what you're doing, they see it. And band directors all across the country, the world, do so much for their kids. Choir teachers, orchestra, they do so much for their kids. Competitions, helping out families, loving on their families, and getting the kids involved in community service. They do so much, but nobody knows about it because they don't tell people. And some people see it as bragging, and I try and shy away from that as much as possible. It's not me, it's all the awesome stuff that they get to do. Yeah, I get to facilitate it and push them along.
Yeah.
But people don't know if you don't tell them.
That's right.
And
we talked about that in the session this morning. If you don't brag on yourself, nobody else will. They're not going to. In athletics, you win the football game Friday night, the world knows naturally. Mm-hmm. If you make ones at a district assessment or at a big contest, and you don't brag on yourself, the world's not going to know.
That's
so
right.
Let's talk about, I know in District 8, where you guys are, the support is incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yes, in a lot of schools up there we do have awesome support from our principals. I know where I'm at Benton Intermediate School, it is, my principal's married to a band director. So she gets it. She knows, she hears all the qualms of all the stuff us band directors have to go through, and she wants to make a difference in every aspect, whether it's art, mm-hmm. math, English, everything, band. And so she supports us like no other, and she'll even think of fundraisers to help us out in, and she'll schedule us well so that our kids can be successful. They're in the right class at the right time so that they can receive the instruction they need. So I hope she never leaves, because I have to go follow her.
Well, I'm sure you will not have trouble finding the job when an administrator sees your spirit and love for kids, and also your resume is incredible. Cory, we appreciate your time today. Keep doing great things, and keep pushing for LMEA and promoting music.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Thank you for having me.
Yep.